Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro in their Marvel Legends line, we are featuring Marvel Studios, the first 10 years. Okay, so we're going to jump into the time machine and travel back a whole 7 years to the year 2017 as we take a look at the Captain America and Crossbones 2-pack. It blows my mind that this came out 7 years ago. Man, does time fly. Oh, man, it's crazy. It feels like yesterday that I just bought this. All right, so today is March 8th, 2024, and this is actually the third time that I've bought this box set. I think this is probably one of my favorite set in the Marvel Legends series ever. You know, since Hasbro's had the Marvel Legends line of action figures, this 2-pack is probably one of my favorite 2-packs ever. I don't know what it is. I think it's my fondness for both characters, and it's just, for me, it's just amazing. All right, so the reason why I bought this again is because I just love these figures that much, to be honest. But I kind of wanted another Crossbones figure because one of the figures I had, I kind of used as custom fodder, so I had to disassemble them and use the pieces for something else. And I just kind of wanted another one. I think I just wanted the experience of this reopening this box set again. You know, like it's a whole new thing for me, especially since we've been seeing some of the more recent releases of the Marvel Legends line. You know, they're kind of doing the updated re-releases of the figures. It's kind of like the equivalent of the archive collection for Star Wars. You know, like recently I reviewed the the Winter Soldier Captain America, which is essentially the original figure with some minor updating, like with the new head and the updated paint scheme. So, reviewing those figures kind of made me nostalgic for the first 10 years line of action figures. And I just had to grab this one just because it's my favorite 2-pack. And it looks great. I have this flood of emotions just checking this out. It's fantastic. I loved Frank Grillo as Crossbones. For me, it's a character that could have had a lot more stories to tell. I know he's voiced a character in the What If series and whatnot. And I think he's even expressed that he's not. I think he's kind of done with the character, I think. But if he ever popped back up in the live action MCU, I would not have a problem with that. I always loved the idea of Cap having this support team, which we see early on in Winter Soldier, and I was kind of imagining, maybe him and Crossbones would crack open a few beers after an adventure or mission. This was before he turned on Cap. And I don't know, I just love this. It's such an amazing looking set. On the back of the box, Captain America, he's described as America's first super soldier. Captain America must decide if he stands by his government in the aftermath of a disastrous strike on Lagos, Nigeria. Crossbones, a Hydra agent and former double agent at S.H.I.E.L.D., Crossbones makes it his mission to take out Captain America, no matter the loss of life at stake. So yeah, I'm excited to check this out. Yeah, so third time's the charm. It's the third time I've owned this box set. If you don't have this, oh man, I'd suggest you seek it out. Be prepared because mint in box, the price on the secondary market's pretty high on this, but you could find the figures individually for very reasonable prices. Alright, so let's take a look at Captain America first. So he does come with the alternate portrait. We have Steve Rogers as portrayed by actor Chris Evans. Really well done head. Keep in mind this was 7 years ago, so it might not hold up to today's standards because I know Hasbro's made some improvements over the years, but it's still a wonderful looking portrait. For me, I personally prefer the unmasked heads on my superheroes. But the masthead here looks great as well. The mask is sitting a little high on my head though, because if you look at it, it's kind of covering up his eyes just a little bit, especially his right eye over here. But this is a figure, we're all very, very well familiar with. This body has been reused multiple times over. It's the same figure from the Captain America Winter Soldier. It's just repainted. But it's a fantastic looking figure. The details really well done. I do appreciate the shade they used for the red and the white. It's not too bright. It's kind of muted, so it kind of blends in with the blue. In terms of his articulation, his head swivels. Doesn't really want to look down or up, unfortunately. His arms, they feel nice and snug. I think they're a little bit ratcheted. The articulation's all there. They do not have a butterfly joint, which I don't mind. I'm not a big fan of butterfly joints. Double pinned elbows, articulated wrists, ab crunch. You can arch back, swivel at the waist, legs kick up. There's a swivel at the upper thigh. Double pinned knees, boot cut for a swivel, and articulated ankles. So it's a fantastic figure. Again, this is something we've seen multiple times over. The recent release of the Captain America Winter Soldier, I think, makes use of the same body, I think. And then we have the shield. I prefer this style of shield as opposed to the one that has that clip. It's simple, it's effective, it works. And then we have Captain America. And then there's the alternate portrait. And lastly, we come to actor Frank Grillo as Crossbones. I love this figure. This is like one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. I just love the costume. I always kind of felt like this figure, it could have been repurposed as maybe like a Punisher. Let's take a look at the alternate portrait first. So it comes with the Frank Grillo head where he's all scarred and beat up. It looks cool. And then for Crossbones, really, really detailed action figure. He comes with the helmet. You can't remove this. That's why there's the alternate portrait. Very, very detailed. Lots of ammo all over his body. He has kind of like those gauntlets with the impact driven fists with the pistons, which is awesome. If you're into like G.I. Joe Classified series, this would be a great figure if you wanted like a mercenary. It kind of reminds me of that video game way back when. I think it was called Army of Two, if you're a gamer. Yeah, so fantastic action figure. I love this thing so much. This is like one of my favorite 2-packs. I don't know, I'm like giddy over this. And it blows my mind that this thing came out 7 years ago. Man, time flies. I've said this before, it's kind of like an unpopular opinion, but I kind of wish Hasbro would just wrap up Marvel Legends and just give us something new. I know it's been around forever, and they haven't done everything. I mean, they're on track to do everything eventually, but I really wish they'd just go the McFarlane route and give us larger scale action figures. But then again, it's kind of like starting all over, and I'm not sure if I'd be down for that. But I would be excited to see what Hasbro could do with like a larger scale figure. Granted, Diamond Select, with their Marvel Select line, they do have larger 7 to 8 inch scale Marvel superheroes, and those are great. But at the same time, they don't have the posability of like a Hasbro figure. And I can only imagine what Hasbro would do with a larger figure. They did dabble with those crazy like 12-inch Marvel Legend figures, some years ago. But man, I'd love to have something like at a larger scale like this. That'd be kind of cool. Right, so yeah, let's wrap this one up. One of my favorite 2-packs ever in the Marvel Legends line. I think Hasbro really went above and beyond with the 10-year anniversary series of action figures, back in 2017. Again, if you don't have these figures in your collection, they're worth seeking out. The Cap, you go find multiple versions of this Captain America. If you just want the Crossbones, jump to eBay. You can find them for a reasonable price. And most of the time, he's usually intact. If anything, you might just find a seller that has one ahead or over the other. Okay, so once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.